Welcome back. It's the 59th Madaraka Day celebration. So we're celebrating as Kenyans. And as we celebrate, today also marks exactly 6 years since the Standard Gauge Railway began its operations officially. Now the project, one of President Kenyatta's legacy undertakings, has received praise and criticism alike. KTN's Brian George Otieno now looks at the hits and the misses of the Madaraka Express.
Exactly 5 years ago today, Kenya officially commissioned the multi-billion shilling Standard Gauge Railway project. The SGR commuter train, built by the Chinese, is now linking the port city of Mombasa and Nairobi. But as Kenyans hail the new railway, many have equally had mixed feelings about the project, which saw Kenya gobble up more debt. To the critics and opposition, it's a good project that's not a priority to the country. To the Kenyan traveler and the cargo transporter, it's a mark of convenience. The SGR is among the landmark infrastructure projects that have placed a cap on President Uhuru Kenyatta, who is serving his last term in office ahead of the August 9th polls. President Kenyatta has been on record citing the grand project as a game changer for the region transport system.
We built a world-class railway on time and within budget. And on the 2nd of January 2018, that railway will begin carrying commercial cargo, cutting costs and delays in trade for Kenyans as well as our neighbors. We delivered on this promise because we knew that to attract world-class manufacturing and value addition investments, which are critical to creating jobs, we would need world-class infrastructure.
The SGR revived the Kenyan railway system that was last vibrant in the 20th century, having been introduced to Kenya by the Indians under the supervision of the British colonialists. The railway system was completed in 1901. While the old Kenya-Uganda railway was constructed by the Indians, President Kenyatta moved further east to seek intervention of the Chinese to put together the SGR. Built at a cost of $3.6 billion, approximately 357 billion Kenya shillings, the SGR was among Kenya's most expensive infrastructure projects as at the time it was launched. The contractor, China Road and Bridge Corporation, CRBC, delivered the project ahead of schedule that saw it recruit close to 25,000 Kenyans to work on the railway line. CRBC's holding company, China Communications Construction Company, was contracted to operate line for its first 5 years. The project cost of the first phase of the SGR from Mombasa to Nairobi was 90% financed by the Export-Import Bank of China. The remainder of the project cost was funded by the Kenyan government. The $3.23 billion financing from the Exim Bank was finalized in May 2014. Exim advanced the loan amount in two subsidized loans of $1.63 billion each.
We are not planning, and we are looking forward. We are not going to review our prices anytime soon, but when that time comes, we'll communicate to our customers. With this congestion and all the manner of movement of people around, I want to say the convenient way of movement of people in all the countries, in all our towns, is by mass movement. And that's why you see trains, and especially Madaraka Express, to go up and down. Even our commuter services in Nairobi. It's the best way, and it's the best thing that we can do as a country.
An extension from Nairobi to Suswa was completed in October 2019, extending the line's length to approximately 578.8 kilometers. Commercial freight services began on January 1st, 2018. Passenger uptake has exceeded expectations, with the train carrying 2 million riders in the first 17 months of operation. Now, according to the Economic Survey of 2022, freight services raised 13 billion Kenya shillings, while passenger revenue stood at 2.2 billion Kenya shillings. The revenue is not sufficient to meet the operational costs of the project, estimated at 1.5 billion Kenya shillings a month or 18 billion Kenya shillings a year, signaling a major failure by the project. With the SGR project being a debt finance project, the fortunes of the cargo business have not equally performed as was forecast. This remains a controversial subject where traders have decried the high freight charges. The cargo business remains an uphill task for the SGR despite disquiet of the directive to have mandatory use of the service.
And one of the things we need to know is, as much as this has been talked about, we have been early. And if you go there, I think we had a discussion, and you have seen our local people who have been driving these trains, locomotives. You have seen our employees, you have seen our ticketing, you have seen our stewards and our people, our local people working in operations of SGR. There's nothing new. What we are saying, we built a system. It was a modern system. We have to bring experts to help us for management. We are working them in to make sure that we have a transition that is smooth.
But the standard gauge railway did not come without its fair share of controversy. From claims of being overpriced to allegations of scandals to losses in operations, the project, which is so far Kenya's most expensive project, has seen all colors of criticism. For example, on 22nd July 2020, Mohamed Abdallah Swazuri, the then chairman of the National Lands Commission, and Atanas Kariuki Maina, managing director of the Kenya Railways Corporation, were among 18 officials, business people and companies arrested on corruption charges allegations involving land allocation for the $3 billion flagship Nairobi-Mombasa Railway project. The cases are still in court. As the Madaraka Express keeps in service, the future of the train service will heavily be dependent on the operator to expand the array of services and make it cheaper for a majority of users. For now, the SGR remains as Kenya's pride, but more still needs to be done. Brian George Otieno, KTN News, Madaraka Special.
Now, personal confession, 6 years on, I have never been on the SGR. I need to, George.